we have 4,000 on Springbank Eden at 260. And Lisa Marie P has clearly been the big mover. 31's now into $12. She's not the just line up and win type of horse, Lisa Marie P, but in a race like this, with Dexter Dunn aboard, there's no reason to think that she can't get a fair slice of it here in the first leg of the final treble. Doesn't win out of turn, hasn't won in a wee while, but we'll get her chance tonight, certainly. There's the 7 Montmorency, Stephen McNally, looking for further points. He's also on 6 in the Drivers' Challenge. And Murray Edmonds trains, and he opened at a $9 quote this morning, did Stephen? And driving very, very well. What are you doing up there, Mark Mack? You're a busy man this evening. I know you've had a long day, but you've been unavailable on a couple of occasions thus far.
Entertaining, Gregory.
Entertaining?
Yep.
Who have you got up there this evening?
These people must be very, very hard pushed for entertainment this evening.
I would think so. They're thinking that you are.
And it's a big farmlands gathering.
Yes.
Down about 300 people having a night out at the trot, so.
Very good. Have you tipped them a winner?
I've tipped them Lisa Marie P in this.
Well, they'll be hoping. They could have got that tip earlier in the day. $31 it opened at.
Mind you, a couple of them are on Jean Sebastian and Eilish Amy here, and so if there's any cheering and yelling, you know why.
Okay, very good.
Dick with Lisa Marie P, though. With all due respect to previous drivers, Dexter gets aboard tonight, and she can run a bit Lisa Marie P, so 15 on top to beat the 4 Eilish Amy. Mena's let her down at Ashburton. If she trots all of the way here, she'll be hard to beat. I expect to see Jean Sebastian steaming home the 2. And 13 Springbank Eden, Mr. 499, who might never get to 500 the way he's going. Just a 3-year-old by Angus Hall, who's run second at its last 4 starts. Matthew and Phil Williamson combined with this one. So 15, 4, 2 and 13 for the Eastgate Shopping Centre trot over the 2,600 metres. And a big even field up here at the start. We're on start time, so they'll be called up soon. This is race 7. Black cap Robbie Close on Pemmy's Boy. White cap Murray Edmonds on the stablemate Yankee Commando. Eilish Amy at the start with Explosive Star, Jean Sebastian and Contella. Pemmy's Boy, Montmorency and Shadow Galleon. Bordeaux. Speedy. Springbank Eden. Kieran Kiley. Big Ears. So they're about to turn in. Field of 15 for the C1 Trotters. Racing on Sunday heads to Rangiora, 8-race program out there. Fields at hrnz.co.nz. We're back here next Friday night to conclude the season. So Contella lines up. Interested to see how she goes tonight. Contella took 38 starts to break the maiden. See, she's one of many that goes straight on with the job after that. Uncups John Sebastian. Pemmy's Boy ready. Eilish Amy, they're close. Set to run. Racing. Explosive Star has come out awkwardly. Jean Sebastian slow. Pemmy's Boy away okay. Everybody else into a trot pretty much, and straight to the lead. Speedy Earl from out wide's going to get across and take up the running in front of Eilish Amy, and the grey Shadow Galleon's off the track. Racing handy Yankee Commando from Montmorency and Pemmy's Boy between horses. Then Contella from Springbank Eden and 3 wide Big Ears, followed out there by Lisa Marie P. Bordeaux's on the pegs from Speedy and Kieran Kiley. Jean Sebastian last of the pack at about 10 to 15 lengths away. Last is Explosive Star. Up front, the big grey Shadow Galleon's going to take over and trots out by a length and a half over the trailing Speedy Earl. Montmorency goes up to Breeze third, and Eilish Amy 3 back the inside. Big Ears sloops the field 3 wide from Yankee Commando. Kieran Kiley 3 up from Contella, galloping Yankee Commando between horses. 3 wide Lisa Marie P. Pemmy's Boy went through in the middle. Then Bordeaux, Springbank Eden, and 2 lengths to Speedy and 2 lengths to Jean Sebastian, and tailed off his Explosive Star. Big Ears has gone to the lead, and the margin's a length and a half over Shadow Galleon. Park Kieran Kiley with those Big Ears, the leader should here. Lisa Marie P coming quickly 3 wide. Speedy Earl is on the pegs, and on the move is Springbank Eden. Then Montmorency from Eilish Amy inside of Pemmy's Boy. 1.5 lengths away next is Speedy from Contella, and further back then is Yankee Commando from Bordeaux, Jean Sebastian and Explosive Star. Lead time 1:21.2, and Lisa Marie P with Double D. leads by 2.5 lengths over Big Ears. Racing Park, Springbank Eden for Mr. 499, Matthew Williamson. 3 back the inside, Shadow Galleon. 2 lengths to Karen Kiley from Speedy Earl Montmorency. Eilish Amy's buried on the pegs from Pemmy's Boy Contella. Then Speedy, Bordeaux, Yankee Commando. Jean Sebastian last of the pack and tailed off as Explosive Star. 31.2 the first quarter. And Lisa Marie P keeps them rolling out to the 1,000-metre mark. Margins 2 lengths. Second, Springbank Eden, parked outside of Big Ears. 1.5 to 2 to Shadow Galleon, and 2 lengths Karen Kiley, Speedy Earl driven up. Then Montmorency, Eilish Amy's on the pegs, Pemmy's Boy 3 wide. Speedy follows him forward from Contella, Jean Sebastian gets trucking. And then Yankee Commando and Bordeaux. Lisa Marie P leads by 2. Second quarter was 31-2, 62-4 for the half. Springbank Eden had a stack of room to drop in and trail the leader. 2 to Big Ears. Pemmy's Boy went to 4th from Shadow Galleon and Speedy. Lisa Marie P comes off the back, 4.50 to go, and put 3 lengths on Springbank Eden. 3 or 4 to Pemmy's Boy to 3rd, then came Big Ears. Next then a Speedy from John Sebastian, but Lisa Marie P. Third quarter in 29.7, turned in by 3 lengths on Springbank Eden. Dexter had a big look over the left shoulder. 3 lengths to Pemmy's Boy and Speedy. Lisa Marie P leads. 2 lengths on Springbank Eden and Pemmy's Boy. Lisa Marie P's in front. Springbank Eden's a length away. Still Lisa Marie P. Springbank Eden's a head away. Lisa Marie P. Springbank Eden comes. They had black and white television when he went to $4.99. We've got colour television, and finally he gets 500 wins. Matthew Williamson and Springbank Eden have nailed Lisa Marie P, and Shadow Galleon ran into 3rd spot. They were followed in by Pemmy's Boy, Eilish Amy, John Sebastian, Speedy, and then Karen Kiley, Speedy Earl. Next in is Bordeaux from Yankee Commando, Montmorency, Big Ears Contella and Explosive Star. That will be one very big monkey off his back. 30.5 the last quarter, 2.6 the last mile. Armstrong had just landed on the moon when he landed on 499 wins. That's how long he's been stranded on it. And finally, Matthew Williamson gets to 500. Lisa Marie P, number 15, Dexter Dunn and Maria Periton. Apart from jump off and throw her on his back and lift her across the line, he did everything he could. And 10, Shadow Galleon has run into 3rd spot. I love the fact he was on 4.99 for so long, Greg. It was starting to get to him. It had to come at some stage. And Michael Gurin, in fact, will come back to you. He will be a very relieved young Oamaruian.
And so he should be. He's a very young man, Mark, to be getting to 500 wins for the season. He doesn't travel a lot outside of the South Island. There he is, Dexter Dunn, always the professional, leans across and says, "Well done, Matty. I've been there before." And he is very much following in Dexter's footsteps, although Dexter's footsteps tend to go very, very fast because he's getting close to 220 for the season. Mark, he was tipping out Lisa Marie P, and I tell you what, you got an awfully good sight for your money. Heading back to Hat-Trick, we'll confirm Addington shortly. Interesting downgrader here is Speed Legend. It's been a while since it's had box 1. Gets its favoured box 1 today or tonight, and also down from the C4, C5 grade to C3. So Darryl gives itself a great chance here, Speed Legend. Just not sure the form's as good as it used to be, but at $2.80 on the tote, at $3.80 the bookmakers are giving punters a chance.
Yes, just looking at that now too, Michael, and yes, $3.80, good money for Speed Legend. He ticks all the boxes tonight. He gets that downgrade. His performances over the last 3 or 4 starts, 3 fourth placings and a 5th. He hasn't really been racing bad at all. He gets into a straight Class 3, gets back to box 1. He's got a 50% winning strike rate from that draw. And if he's going to bounce back to winning form, he's not going to get a better chance than this to Speed Legend. And a big hope here off the inside. Other chances, though, I have gone for the other odd numbers as well, too, though. Air Raid, also a recent downgrader from Class 4. His downgraded run here last week wasn't too bad at all in Class 2 and 3 company in behind Big Red Chev. No Big Red Chev here tonight, and Air Raid gets his chance to go one better and get the win here from box 5. Tough box draw, but had box 6 here last week and got a fairly good clear run all the way around, and looking for that same luck today, Air Raid. And also Memory Lapse, another one I've thrown in. He's gone some honest races too at Memory Lapse, a fairly strong dog. John McInerney's got 5 in the race, and they're all pretty much in the same boat, except maybe for Ollie Baxter and Thumbprint Tony. You've got Bruiser Bale, Miss Selfies and Memory Lapse. They're all very strong dogs. Will be getting home very well. And Miss Selfies, of course, coming off that last third in that distance race here last week. Bruiser Bale, we know he's a strong dog. Just the one run on the track, so he will be improved by that. And Memory Lapse, of course, also very strong. The other two here for John, he's got also Ollie Baxter. Won a huge race here last week, Ollie Baxter. Set them up and was in that same race as Big Red Chev. And Air Raid did a good job, set them up all the way to the home corner. And Thumbprint Tony, another one that comes into this with a bit of form too, and it picked up a second in Class 2 and 3 company after picking up a straight Class 2 at the beginning of the month. And Thumbprint Tony also but more than capable, and currently third favourite too, with the book here at $6.50, so not left out completely here. Thumbprint Tony. Opawa Jackie out wide for Nathan Newdy, yet to win from the outside draws here, Opawa Jackie, but did go a good race here 2 starts ago from box 2. And of course the other one there was Ollie Baxter, we did touch on, and Bruiser Bale start number 2 on the track. So Speed Legend gets his chance here off the inside for Billy Hodgson. Miss Selfie's a nice strong run in that distance race, and Air Raid looking to repeat that performance from last week. Rocking away for the 10th, racingtips.co.nz for the Class 3 is a good field. Favourite off the inside, Speed Legend. All up there now for the 10th. Ready. And racing in centre track here. Ollie Baxter jumped out well along there with Thumbprint Tony, and now looking to charge into it goes Air Raid around the outside. Opawa Jackie just found a bit of trouble there and behind Speed Legend, looking for racing room. Getting knocked out wide there would have been Bruiser Bale, and just in behind that too, Air Raid's also got a shuffle. They charge down the back, and Ollie Baxter gets to the lead, or rather should I say Thumbprint Tony away in the lead along there with Ollie Baxter now just on the outside of it. Back in the field here we go to Miss Selfies also running on. They go for home. Thumbprint Tony the inside, Ollie Baxter giving plenty, but Thumbprint Tony home from Ollie Baxter, very close there for third. I think John McInerney's gone closer. He's got the trifecta anyway, and very close for third between Memory Lapse and Miss Selfie. There's nothing in that. Opawa Jackie. Then we go back to Speed Legend, had no luck at all going out of the straight, and Opawa Jackie was also back there in the last 3 or 4, and Air Raid also was back there too. 1, 2, 3, 4 here for John McInerney, Thumbprint Tony. Ollie Baxter, we're going neck and neck down the side of the track, and it's going to be desperately close for third. Number 7, Memory Lapse, will get that third placing, the 7. But a big win here for the 6 over the 4, 7 and 3. Good result here for John McInerney, 30.67 the time. And it's going to be 2 lengths. The sectionals here, we'll do the sectionals 5, 10 and 19.04. So we'll come back to you, Michael. Great result here for John McInerney, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Race number 11, the first of 2 Class 4 and 5 sprints, time to go 9:14.
Couple of the favourites having no luck there, including the downgrader getting back on the inside, but Thumbprint Tony gets the job done. The biggest smile on this racing night so far on Trackside Run belongs to Maddie Williamson. Win number 500. Bev and Phil will be awfully proud. The family colours coming back at the head of the field as the man in the gold cap makes it halfway to the ton. He'll get there for sure. Addington tonight, the highlight so far supplied by Springfield Eden and Matty. Let's take a break, come back on the other side and off for more money-making opportunities at Alexandra Park.
You will find me here, rest in my
One of the big names of New Zealand harness racing contested a non-tote at Cambridge last night, and the Orange Agent won her way through to the Breeders' Crown in Australia by winning there. So too did a horse in the other non-tote. That was Better Spirits. Now, we showed you one of those on trackside. Craig, I didn't see the other as we come back to you. How did he go, Better Spirits? Was he impressive? And more importantly, do you give him a winning chance here?
Was he impressive? Michael, he did what he had to do, as Better Spirits can do. He led in that. There was only two and a half Tigers sat in the trail, and when they come across the top, I thought, well, how far is this horse got to win by? The margin at the line was half ahead. 2.5 Tigers actually got to him, got past him, and Better Spirits, like he can do, knocked off, came back again at the line. So, in answering to your question, he didn't do enough for me last night for me to tip him out tonight. He's a good horse. He was placed in the Jewels, of course, last year. This race sets up very awkwardly for him because there's gate speed inside him and outside him. And he had a relatively hard run last night, Michael. I think they probably wanted to give him a pretty soft kill. It didn't work out that way because 2.5 Tigers pushed him to half head. Philip Bitcher had to ask him a little bit more than he probably wanted to do going into a race 24 hours later. So can he win the race? Possibly, but things would have to go his way. Better Spirits here. I thought there's a couple in this race that I'd rather back. One of them is the Fascinator. A mare trained by Tony Hurley. Second in the Thames Cup last start was behind Sevilla Patrol. Now, not only was that run good, it was tough. Had to sit parked out for probably the last 1,400 metres of the race. Sevilla Patrol, I think, paced about 3:22 from a stand that night. She paced 3:23 in the breeze. Gee, I thought it was a good run. She's always been a good short distance horse. I think she got about a 2:04 personal best for 1,700 metres. And I think there's not much around for her at the moment. So this $20,000 race really fits in well for her at the moment, the Fascinator being a mobile. I put her on top in front of the stablemate Johnny Fox. And the interesting runner down the bottom, Cyclone Kiwi. He's good on his day. I know he's been disappointing, but I wouldn't drop him on his last couple of runs. Robert Dunn, he has Joey Maguire, and also in the race, Geisha Girl. Two-pronged attack in race number 7 tonight. It's a good field, Robert. Talk about Joey Maguire first. His first start here in this campaign, right-handed. Comes up with barrier 2. What are we expecting tonight?
Look, Joey's a bit like Defy the Odds. He's does touch his knees a little bit, and he's awkward Eddington way round. And lots of his races, if you work the source, you think he's a superstar. He works fantastic, and he gives you a great feel. And he is better Auckland way around. That's why he's up here. His work's been really good this week, and I wouldn't be surprised if he could be the smoky in the race, because he will hum the gate, and he'll probably cross Jack on the inside, and he can stay in front if he wanted to, because he's a great front runner too. But if Geisha, pinged out, or something else was a leader pinged out, he could take a trail, and he could be the smoky in the race. He is better this way around, Craig.
Geisha Girl, I thought, put it down to an outstanding drive by Brett Mangos last start. Mid-sectionals were pretty slow, and then kicked on the top of the straight and got away with a really quick last quarter. Steps up again tonight, but gee, she just keeps stepping up every time you ask her. Yeah,
well, Mango said to me after he first one, he said just all right, and the second one he said surprised him, and the third one he said I can't believe it. And he just said she just gets better all the time. Once again, a confidence thing. No good Addington way around. We got to run all our races on the grass tracks. Terrible at Addington, just couldn't even get a place, but loves going Auckland way round. And she's improved with confidence. And it's a bit like the horse I brought, Joey, and Defy the Odds. It's all about confidence with them. They've got the ability, but they don't like going left-handed, and they love going right-handed. And she just keeps on improving, and her work's just okay, but that's what she always does. And just go by Mango. He loves her.
Yeah, I bet he loves her now, the way she's performing. Those driving commissions and percentages that he's getting driving Geisha Girl Mango, he loves every bit of it, and he drove this one perfectly last start to win. We'll have to step up again tonight, because I reckon this is a significantly harder field, but she does have good gate speed, as Robert alluded to, and I think she'll go forward from the draw, and she may lead early. So Geisha Girl in the mix in 4 for me in race number 7. The Fascinator on top in front of Johnny Fox, who he's a sit sprint type. You can't use him early. He's one of those horses that follows a hot speed. Zach Butcher suits him perfectly, because he drives him cold. And when he won here 2 starts ago, he waited until he came out at about the 150, and he got past Darcy. It was a really good drive. After that, again, had to go back from the draw, drawing the outside at Alexandra Park, or off the handicap, come home strongly behind Severe Patrol, and if he gets that suck into it, a bit like Better Spirits, another one that goes its best races when he don't do any work with it, Johnny Fox will hit the line strongly. So I marked them 7, 8, 9 and 5, Geisha Girl, into my top 4. Aaron's with 5, 6, 8, 2, Geisha Girl on top to beat Better Spirits, Johnny Fox, and he's found a spot for Joey Maguire. It is our feature tonight, the Hydroflow Mobile Pace. Good stake this, $20,000 for the Class 3 and faster paces. Favourite is the Fascinator, and the black colours will start too from the outside with its stablemate Johnny Fox.
First home, Joey.
Here's Aaron.
And second row draw to Cyclone Kiwi. Thanks, Craig. The runners for what should be a very good pacing event over the 1,700 metres. The Hydroflow Mobile Pace to open the late quaddie here on the program tonight at Alexandra Park. Wide open betting affair. The Fascinator 420. Stablemate Johnny Fox, the Winter Cup winner, 460. Into the back they go. Set and ready. Green light. They're off and out fast is Joey Maguire from first home with a vengeance holding up on the inside. Then Geisha Girl. Followed Cyclone Kiwi, gets a nice enough track through from the second line. Better Spirits and the stablemates taken back. The Fascinator runner-up in the Thames Cup and the Winter Cup winner, Johnny Fox. He's back last as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. First home wants the lead here. Trying to wrestle it off, Joey Maguire and Geisha Girl at this stage on the back of first home, who's about to find the lead. Mango will continue to press on the outside and look for the lead with Geisha Girl. 5.9 off the gate in the opening quarter in 29.3 as Geisha Girl does now take over. Then with a vengeance, Cyclone Kiwi away from the markers, and he's parked in fifth, and the 1-1 is Better Spirits. Then the Fascinator and the Iceman second last, and Johnny Fox and Zach Butcher back last. The place getter in the Winter Cup, Geisha Girl, Brent Mangos on the stables corner, their one and only time, a length and a half first home. Now Joey Maguire's come away from the markers. Cyclone Kiwi with a vengeance takes up that place on the marker line as here's the Fascinator taking off around Better Spirits and Johnny Fox second quarter, 31 and a half. Geisha Girl through the back. The Fascinator breasts up alongside, and here's Johnny Fox at them quickly out 3 wide. First home on the inside. There followed Joey Maguire. Back on the inside then to With a Vengeance as the Fox takes over at the end of the back straight. Johnny further back in the field then to a Cyclone Kiwi, and back last Better Spirits. Back straight quarter would have been electric. It was 27 and a half. Johnny Fox for home. Geisha Girl comes straight off his back. The Fascinator out 3. First home Saloons up on the inside. Then Joey Maguire. Homeward bound Johnny Fox. The Fascinator's right there. First home down on the passing lane. Then Geisha Girl, and down the outside Cyclone Kiwi. 100 to go. The Fascinator gets to Johnny Fox. First home Cyclone Kiwi rushing home down the outside. The Fascinator too good though. The Fascinator, the Iceman, gets a double. Big run Cyclone Kiwi second. They were followed first home. Then came the next across was Joey Maguire, followed by Better Spirits with a vengeance. Johnny Fox in that group, and Geisha Girl to be one of the last. 202.7 will trim up into a nice mile rate, 55.8 and 28.2 the half and quarter. The Fascinator, runner-up in the Thames Cup, and she was a Speed Series winner too back a few months ago here at Alexandra Park over the 1,700. The Iceman, he's back into the winner's circle with the Mitre White black bike. Cyclone Kiwi down the outside will pick up second. First home sliding underneath the Johnny Fox to get that third prize, and Joey Maguire's up there too in that photo for fourth with Johnny Fox in the Hydroflow Mobile Pace. The Fascinator gains her 9th victory tonight at start 39.
Official placings, race 7, the Hydroflow Mobile Pace. 793,285. 793,285. Horse 7, the Fascinator, paced the 1,700 metres in 202.69. Very good mile rate of 156.1. Last 855.8. The 428.2. The margin's 1 length, a half length ahead. 793,285. Race 7, the Hydroflow Mobile Pace.
The Fascinator comes back at the head of the field, raced by T.R. Anderson, Mrs. F.N. Anderson and J. Anderson win 9 at start 39. Tony Hurley, the trainer driver out of Papakura. The Iceman gets his second. The Mitavite Black Bike about to come back into the victory circle. Tony also sponsored by Woodland Stud. And the Fascinator bred by Croon Bloodstock Limited. Better's Delight, 5-year-old black mare out of Impish. Second winner on the program tonight too for Better's Delight. Back into the victory circle. Wayne Shields down there for a Hydroflow. And Gordon Robertson, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, in attendance with the victory celebrations. 9, Cyclone Kiwi for second. Jeremy's Jet, 4-year-old bay gelding out of another Kiwi. Cyclone Kiwi Syndicate, the owners, Robbie Holmes, the trainer-driver out of Leithfield Beach. And 3, First Home, Better's Delight, Slangivar, 5-year-old bay gelding for SR Plant, WD Lightbourne, and Mrs. B Gain. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick, trained at Papakura, Scott Phelan. The totes will see number 7, the Fascinator, return $4.80 and $1.60, $4.80 and $1.60. 9, Cyclone Kiwi, $2.20, $2.20, and 3, First Home at $4.50, $4.50. Quinella, $13 even, $13 even. Trifecta, $257.40, $257.40. And the first 4, $1,257.80, $1,257.80.
Come to you for all your fun and games around Matty Williamson. I'm sure you'll be doffing your hat to him achieving the 500 wins tonight.
As much as I liked when he was on $4.99 for as long as he was, Gregory, yes I am.
Yes, you did enjoy that for several weeks, but yeah, a reflection of his ability at driving winners for sure, getting to 500.
I suppose as a Parramatta supporter, you get used to frustration.
Oh, well, as a Cronulla supporter, you could probably go out in sympathy with them at some stage.
But they're above Parramatta on the ladder at the moment, so I'll make the most of that. But what about the Williamsons? Just check the fields for Timaru trials tomorrow. They've got about 6 in, so they go home tonight, past Timaru, drop a bunch of horses off, load more up and then go straight back to trials tomorrow. I know they're not the only stable to do it, but as far as distance goes tonight and tomorrow, they'd be winning.
Yeah, and if you ever needed some instructions of how to get south, not that you need too many, it's pretty straightforward. The Williamsons would be the family to ask, I would have thought.
They would indeed, and yeah, Matty's got that that monkey off his back now. He's up to the 500 wins and set sail towards the 1,000. Just wish he had.
We recorded that stuff about 6 weeks ago. All of those congratulations. No, it wasn't really. It was last week. But you know my sentiments there, mate.
I asked the juniors just to wish him all the best for his 500 win and just carve him up, and they didn't let us down. Well done, team. Getting set for race 8. Christian Cullen, mobile pace. Easy Rider, Tin Roof Blues, Live to Tell, He's Fast and Furious, Simply Fun, T-Trick, Fierce Falcon, Motorbank Flyer. The best news of all, he takes it in good humour too, but he is a good fella. Back row, Lucky 3 and Juanita G. Field of 10, mobile's on its way for the Christian Cullen mobile pace, standing at Neverly Stud. Scratching Misjudged for 10 to run. Wattlebank Flyer drawn the inside, Fierce Falcon on debut, a 3-year-old by Falcon Sealster. T-Trick is ready. The gates down the back. Ready to go. Close to the start point. Racing now. T-Trick away well on the inside. Wattlebank Flyer is going to go out and match him and just wait till the favourite appeared enough to let him go. So T-Trick gets over now in front of Wattlebank Flyer. Fierce Falcon's running third from Lucky 3. To the inside, Live to Tell, and next then is Simply Fun, and a length and a half to 2 to He's Fast and Furious, Easy Rider. Second last is Tin Roof Blues, and about 4 lengths to Anita G. The leader is T-Trick, margins 2 lengths. Running second, Wattlebank Flyer and Fierce Falcon off the inside without a trail. 1 out and 1 back, Lucky 3 from Live to Tell. Then the stablemate, Simply Fun and Tin Roof Blues, and a length and a half to He's Fast and Furious from Easy Rider. And 2 lengths, Juanita G. 24.2 for the lead time, and T-Trick is the leader. Racing second, on debut, Fierce Falcon, and third, Wattlebank Flyer. 1 by 1, Lucky 3. 3 deep on the pegs, Live to Tell, and a length away, Simply Fun around Tin Roof Blues. And then He's Fast and Furious, followed second last by Easy Rider, and 2 lengths to Juanita G. 30.6 the first quarter. Have another 1,000-metre peg, and T-Trick leads the way. Second, Wattlebank Flyer, who's followed the leader everywhere. Parked up, Fierce Falcon, Live to Tell, 3 back on the pegs. Then Lucky 3 from the McDowell pair. Tin Roof Blues and Simply Fun. 3 wide, Easy Riders on the slide forward. Juanita G trails it up, and last of all, He's Fast and Furious. Down the back, 7.50 to go. T-Trick's about to get company in the lead. Timmy's been joined 3 up by Easy Rider. Fierce Falcon back to third around Wattlebank Flyer, then Lucky 3. 3 wide improving, Simply Fun. Down on the inside, Live to Tell from Tin Roof Blues, Juanita G, and He's Fast and Furious. Second quarter, 31.6, 62.2 for the half, and T-Trick leads. Margin half a length over Easy Rider. Wattlebank Flyer waits for his opportunity by the Terror to Love at Pineley Farm, passing lane from Fierce Falcon, and Live to Tell and Simply Fun badly held up, Lucky 3. The third quarter, 28.9, and the leader T-Trick ahead. Easy Rider's keen to fight him, and Easy Rider quickly nabbed the lead. Then Wattlebank Flyer and Live to Tell, 1:25 to go. Easy Rider clear though. Wattlebank Flyer, T-Trick, Live to Tell and Lucky 3. It's Easy Rider in front. Wattlebank Flyer will have a dip. They hit it. Wattlebank Flyer got there, has beaten Easy Rider and T-Trick. Pretty unlucky, Lucky 3, and then came Live to Tell, Fierce Falcon, next in Simply Fun, Tin Roof Blues, He's Fast and Furious, and Juanita G. 1 Wattlebank Flyer, Glen Nathan Orange, 15.50 and 2.70. Has nabbed Easy Rider number 8 at 1.20, and 3 T-Trick $1. Pitch to break, Easy Rider. Wattlebank Flyer had to build some momentum from the top of the lane. 28.8 the last quarter. 159.9 for the last mile. Drives it, Easy Rider, and wins it. T-Trick will just hang on and get third. And Lucky 3, unlucky, was badly held up for most of the way. Cleared traffic late to run into fourth. This horse has now won 1 from 11 for Tim Trathan, who's always had a good opinion of the horse, Greg, Wattlebank Flyer, and he's raced some really nice types, and there's the deciding factor on the race. Blair let Ricky go, then laned and got the cash in race number 8.
8 it was, and Easy Rider looked home. Big performance from it, looped them down the back, dashed away, but Blair Orange, sliding blinds on Wattlebank Flyer tonight. Tim Trathan trains. Now, if you go back to this horse's form, it started in the Sapling Stakes, might have even been its first start. So that's how highly he did hold this guy. Bought him at the sales, and out of careful Saneki, and it delivers here, upset them for Blair Orange, and it's win 1-1-1 for him for the season.
Easy Rider. In third, 3, Tetrick. Fourth has gone to 10, Lucky 3. From 6, Live to Tell. And 4, Simply Fun. 1, 8, 3, 10, 6, 4. The margin's ahead. 3 1/4 lengths. A nose, half a length. Winner's time was 2:24.2. A mile rate of 1:59. The last 857.3, last 428.6.
Enjoy the thrill of harness racing with Stonewall Studs Racing Syndicate. 5 syndicates to choose from as little as $100 per month. Be part
Dogs on their way to the boxes for the race of the night at Wanganui. It's C4, C5 and steeped in winning form recently. In fact, every dog here has won in its last 4 starts. Fashion and Fame, 1 of 5 in the race for Lisa Ahern, is the favourite at $4.20 on the fixed. It's $3.50 on the tote. And as we head back to you, Darryl, cracking field for the feature of the night.
Tremendous field too, Michael, yes, and as you pointed out, they've all been in winning form at some stage over the last few starts, and most certainly plenty of good form coming into this. And well, you could probably make out a very strong case for all. It's just one of those races, really. Whatever's going to be leading after 50 metres is probably going to be most certainly the one to beat. It's going to be hard to come off the pace, so you're probably going to have to get into that early rush. As our result there comes through from Addington, and Wattle Bank Flyer at $15.50 and $2.70. Easy Rider $1.20 and Tetrick at $1. 1-8 Quinella $22.20. 1-8-3 Trifecta $140.40 and the 1-8 310 first 4 $1,166.60 there on Addington race 8. And still one to come. Thanks, there.
Brother. What's the story with
from Addington race 9 at 9:34. So looking ahead now to the 11th, and my selections, I've gone 3, 4, 7 and 5. I've gone for Allegro Master, finishing the second to Allegro Touch in that New Zealand Racing Series final last week, but gets a bit closer to the rail. Allegro Master, Allegro Touch is going to have to work hard from box 5, but what we did see last week was a strong performance to take out that final, and most certainly a big chance and great money for Allegro Touch, who picked up that final last week at $10, $9.30 and $3.70 at the stage for a place on the tote. Some good money, but gets into a worse box draw. So I've gone for the 3 Allegro Master to turn that result around tonight over Allegro Touch, and also Pop Some Tags has been racing extremely well both here and at the Manawatu Raceway, and gets his chance to pick up another winner, 28 race winner, getting close to that $50,000 prize money mark to Pop Some Tags, and doing a good job for the Massive Racing Syndicate. Angela Turnbull up against Lisa Ahern here. Lisa's got a 5 in the race. Fashion and Fame, we know how good he is, has been sprinting up lately and comes back to the 305 here at Hattrick out there in box 7, yet to win in the Black Rug, or pretty much yet to win from the outside 3 tracks would probably be the only concern here for Fashion and Fame, and is going to have to work very hard to get around his kennel mates. Plenty of speed on the inside of him, including Senorita Tina here for Marcy Flip, another one that has been racing very well in this company and seems to be backing up her performances. Picked up a 3rd here last week from box 3. She's box 6 tonight. her form out wide is not overly flashy. Has one from box 8, but obviously races better closer to the rail here. Senorita Tina, but she's got the speed to get around them. We'll need plenty of it. And the one on the inside now, the dog that you need to be aware of here is Hanafi Ace off the inside, because the box 1 record's outstanding. 6 starts, 3 wins and 3 placings, and another one that has been racing extremely well. Had box 1 here 3 starts ago and did the job very well at the end of last month. Box 3 and box 8, and the 2 runs from box 3 and 8 not too bad. Back to box 1, a huge chance, and Big Time Pulse of course picking up a win here in the Class 5 sprint here last week from box 8, and also box 2 will be a bit more suitable for him. So it's a good field. Winning is easy. Also big chance out wide, looking for her first win from the outside track. Great field for the Indulge Skins Bar, Wanganui for the Class 4 and 5s. All locked away. Ready. And racing and trapping first. Big Time Pulse along there with a leg road touch, and now trying to get around the outsiders. Winning is easy, not too far away. Senorita Tina getting a rails run now as pops and tags around the outside, but finding trouble. Fashion and Fame went back sharply with Allegro Master and Hanafi Ace. They go for home. Allegro touch 2 in a row. We'll get there from pops and tags. Then we go to Big Time Pulse. Then on crossing here to Allegro Master, got held up. Then we go to Senorita Tina, Hanafi Ace. And back in the field, Fashion and Fame found trouble trying to get around the outside along there with Winning is Easy. Gee, great money for Allegro Touch. Picked up the final last week, and it comes out at a double figure price and makes it 2 in a row, just to prove that last week's performance was no fluke. Straight to the front, was able to cross Big Time Pulse. Found the lead. Fashion and Fame and Winning is Easy were trying to charge into the race, but copped a check, and that pretty much put the end to their chances. And Allegro Touch races away from Pops and Tags and the 2 Big Time Pulse after a good beginning. Allegro Master will be the best of the rest, 17.71, and the run home 10.73, and 2 lengths by 3/4 by 3. And the 5 Allegro Touch, 31 starts now, brings up the double figures. Win number 10 for Lisa Ahern over the 4 Pops and Tags. Another massive performance for the Massive Racing Syndicate. And the 2 Big Time Pulse will grab that 3rd, placing that lead up time at 6.98. And Allegro Touch takes out race number 11 here, makes it 2 in a row from that final win last week here. Michael, 1 to go here at Hat Trick, race 12, another good Class 4 and 5 field to finish up the night. And this one, time to go at 9.44.
That's her 10th win in 31 starts for Allegro Touch, and as Daryl did suggest, getting out early and having no bad luck was going to be crucial. Okay, there's a race at Alexandra Park. We just saw the previous, the Fascinator winning that. We'll get rid of that in a sec, because we have the next coming up there, not too far away, the 8th on the card, with one of the hottest favourites of the day. It's a strange old one, this, because Scary McCleary, as we head back to you, Craig Thompson, is hardly the most trustworthy horse in the world. But if he trots all the way, you and I both know he'll win this. If he gallops, he'll almost certainly make a complete mess of it. Spoke to Josh Dickey this week. He was confident the horse would trot squarely, but I'm not entirely sure, Craig. I'll be taking $1.35 to find out.
No, they opened him at $1.37 this morning, Michael, and he got out to about $1.50, back into $1.35 at the moment. Yeah, he's... I tell you what, I very rarely say this, Michael, but I've said it twice in the last 12 months. Punters, sit back, watch the score up. If he's in behind the mobile, back him. That's the way to play this race. You've got about 150, 200 metres will give you about 20 seconds. If you're standing at the queue in the window, just hold off until they get in behind the mobile, because I don't think he'll gallop in the race. I believe if he's going to make a mistake, like he did about 5 starts ago, it's when he scores up. He'll either take no part and you'll do your money cold early on, or he'll score up and he'll win this race. That's how I work this race out. I think clearly on ability, he's tried a 2.45 at Cambridge to win there. If he goes 2.45 tonight, he should be winning again Mobstar beat him fairly and squarely last start. Mobstar's gone on to go back-to-back. It's a really good form line around Scary McCleary. And I think this field is a little bit weaker than what he raced last start. So if you're backing Scary McCleary, if you like the short odds and you just want to back him on the nose, just watch the score up. If he's with them when he scores up, back him then. That's the way to go. Race number 8 tonight. Second favourite is All Royal Gal. Jack McKinnon takes the drive, trained by Robert Dunn. Robert All Royal Gal, again another honest race last week. Nice field this, Scary McCleary. He does look a bit of a standout in the race, but if he makes a mistake, your mare can capitalise.
She can, Craig, but I don't think he will behind the gate. And I thought she was disappointing last week. And we brought it back up here, and we're on target. But she's a devil of a horse to tie up, and she's Muscle Count says she's going through that process again. We're on the rebound now, and I don't think she's 100% right. She's 95, and I think next week she'll be 100 because we've really got onto it again. And I think Scary's going to be too good for us. But I'd like Jack to sit her back and just come one run. Because of the lactic acid build-up, she's going to have a little bit creeping in. But I'd love to see her just storming home. And I think next week, Tyler Punter's right now, she'll be a different horse. But I think Scary's a leg in.
There you are, Robert Dunn basically conceding defeat in race number 8 tonight. But things can change, as I say. Scary McCleary doesn't do it right. All Royal Gal, I think, is the next best horse in the field. So for me, it's 7 to beat 8. Amy's Invasion, Kowai Monarch. Kowai Monarch's coming out of a maiden, stepping into the C1 and faster. This is not easy for him tonight. He'll make the grade, this horse. Have a look at him. He's a lovely type by Monarchy. The Monarchies get better. I think this trip has really made him for Mark Jones, and I think they'll put him away and bring him back into the new season, and he'll be a really nice intermediate grade trotter, this bloke. He won 2 starts ago, beating Lady J, who went on to win the following week. Last start, he galloped from a stand. He gets the mobile tonight for the first time, so it'll be an experience for him. You probably haven't seen the mobile, only in workouts on the odd occasion. So in a big field tonight, I'm not expecting him to blast the gate. He'll get out with them. If he can stay handy, he's a top 4 chance for sure. For me, Scary McCleary stands out. All Royal Gal, the next best chance, and then run 5 and 4 into your trifectas. Aaron's going 7, 8, 1 and 5. He's found a spot for Opawa Speed and Amy's Invasion as well. Aaron, as I come to you 90 seconds out from race number 8 tonight. Scary McCleary, we were probably talking about him some 3 months ago being a trotter that, you were tearing your hair out from a standing start. He'd go out favourite every week. He'd blow the stand. He'd come to the trials on a Saturday and absolutely smash him and think, well, when's this horse going to get it right? I put it to you, he's starting to get it right now.
Certainly dropping into the square gating game. We know how good he was as a pacer across in Australia, and he's gunning for his 3rd victory as a square gated night, and he certainly does rate highly. Of course, beaten by Mobstar last time. He was unlucky and behind One Over the Moon prior to that. Well, both of those horses have been race winners tonight, so how do they beat him? I don't think they do. All Royal Gal into this company, she has to be considered Jack McKinnon. Of course, in behind One Over the Moon 2 and 3 starts ago, and beaten 9 lengths behind Mobstar and Scary McCleary last time. Opawa Speed now, just trying to think how far back in the form line it was, Craig, when he drew 1. The second line when Scary McCleary drew 1 on the front when he won his first race at Cambridge, Scary McCleary. In fact, it was back on the 28th of May. Now, he finally gets another inside draw here, and he is well worth having a crack in the Quinella markets. He's $18.50 at this stage with the favourite. They did produce that Quinella down at Cambridge. The mobile conditions will certainly suit Opawa Speed. I made him my long shot tonight from that draw, and we'll put in the 5, Amy's Invasion. 7, 8, long shot tonight, the 1, Opawa Speed, and the 5.
Thanks, Aaron. Bookmakers, nothing through from this race, but favourites having a really good night. 10,000 on One Over the Moon in the trot was a successful bet. $10,000 win bet on One Over the Moon successful earlier in the night, and of course a few of the favourites have been getting home in the last one that's come through. 5,000 on Vice Council. That was a losing bet, went down a short margin. Vice Council behind Unforgiving. They're in behind the mobile. Scary McCleary is there at this stage, which is a good sign for favourite punters. Let's head upstairs and join Aaron.
Thank you, Craig. The Ignite Architects Mobile Pace, the Ignite team, they went out there in dual sulky races earlier tonight. Matt Tolhurst took that over John Love, Sharon Moe, Winston Tan and Simon Chen. So down they come. We're just about there. The green light flashes. They're off. All Royal Gal burns hard from the outside of the arm. Amy's Invasion on the journey well, as to Ellingham. In that group, My Mum's a Star, and trying to hold up on the inside, Opawa Speed. Here's the first corner coming up. Opawa Speed's doing enough to hold the inside from All Royal Gal and Ellingham. Amy's Invasion, My Mum's a Star. Ko-Fi Monarch safely on the journey. Back in the field then to up on the outside, Philadelphia H. Idle Ears back, and Scary McCleary, the favourite's been taken back to last. Now All Royal Gal takes over Jack McKinnon. Opawa Speed and Stewie Crookshank does hold up to get the trail. 2 lengths Ellingham sitting parked, Amy's Invasion. My Mum's a Star 4 back on the inside. Ko-Fi Monarch 1-1. Then the stablemates Idle Ear the inside. To its outside, Philadelphia H. And here's Scary McCleary. He's working around them strongly. 44-4 was the lead time. All Royal Gal and Jack McKinnon, but Scary McCleary trots up on the outside for Joshua Dickey as they work the showgrounds turn. 1400 to go, and Scary McCleary the race favourite, and Warmortar goes on to the lead now. Opawa Speed 3 back the inside. Amy's Invasion Park, Ko-Fi Monarch and Mark Jones 1-1. Allingham back on the inside for Andrew Vent, and the last trio Philadelphia H in the running line. My Mum's a Star against the markers, and Idle Ear back last for Derek Ball. 33-7 the opening quarter. Scary McCleary the son of El Sue with a circuit left to go. A length and a half All Royal Gal sitting park. Amy's Invasion for the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Opawa Speed 3 back on the inside. Ko-Fi Monarch in the 1-1. Allingham back on the inside. They're followed by Philadelphia H and Phil Butcher. My Mum's a Star and Brent Mangos back second last. Idle Air looking to take off from the rear. 31-9 the second quarter. Scary McCleary under a nice rain, a length and a half over All Royal Gal. Up on the outside, Amy's Invasion is Idle Air. He comes into the race strongly up on the outside, out 3 wide. Ko-Fi Monarch in the 1-1. Opawa Speed waiting space on the inside, then Philadelphia H. Further back, My Mum's a Star and Allingham. Off the back, 450 to go. Scary McCleary, Idle Air though, goes up boldly on the outside. Back straight quarter in 30.2. Then All Royal Gal, Opawa Speed, Philadelphia H and Amy's Invasion homeward bound. Scary McCleary has the momentum up on the inside of Idle Air. All Royal Gal further back, Opawa Speed, Philadelphia H. My Mum's a Star, Ko-Fi Monarch to the outside. Scary McCleary and All Royal Gal, they come away to fight it out. Scary McCleary, All Royal Gal launching on the passing lane, but Scary McCleary gets his third win as a trotter tonight. Here's Prick, and nicely All Royal Gal second. Third, nice run by Idle Air. The mobile certainly helped him. They were followed then by Ellingham. They were followed back Philadelphia H and Ko-Fi Monarch. My Mum's a Star, Opawa Speed and Amy's Invasion in 249.8, 29.4, 59.7 was the last half. Nice win, nice drive too by Joshua. Just took him off the gate at the start, got out of the early war, sat out the back, moseyed around, had the lead at the 1400 metre mark, holds off All Royal Gal. Nice run too by Idle Air. He'll certainly gather plenty of confidence out of that trotting performance tonight. And Allingham hitting the line nicely for fourth in the Ignite Architects Mobile Trot. Favourite, way too good.
Official placings race 8, the Ignite Architects Mobile Trot. 789264. 789264. Horse 7, Scary McCleary, trotted the 2200 metres from a mobile and 249.82. Mile rate of 24.2. Last 859.7, the 429.4. Margins 1.5 lengths, 3 3/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length. 7, 8, 9, 2, 6, 4, race 8, the Ignite Architects Mobile Trot.
Judge Graham McLennan with the confirmation, and Scary McCleary back at the head of the field picks up his third trotting victory at start 16. Prepared by John and Joshua Dickey at Clevedon. Joshua Dickey, the co-owner, along with the breeders, the Dolomite Syndicate, will come back at the head of the field. A pretty emphatic performance here by Scary McCleary in the Ignite Architects Mobile Trot. Neil Barr down there, part of the victory celebrations, along with Auckland Trotting Club steward Roger Barnes. 8 All Royal Gal for second. Monarchy Royden Action, 4-year-old bay mare for AD and I.M. Newman. Robert Dunn trained at Woodend Beach, and Jack McKinnon. Of course, Scary McCleary by Al Sue out of Ballymena, a 7-year-old black gelding. And 9 Idle Air for third. Good to see him gain some confidence too through the mobile start tonight. Thanksgiving Idle Fiore, 6-year-old bay gelding, so closely related to the Iron Horse of Alexandra Park and Idle Scott. MB Atkins, the owner. Derek Ball, the trainer-driver out of Pukekohe. Totes will see Scary McCleary return $1.40 and $1.10, $1.40 and $1.10. 8 All Royal Gal at $1.60, $1.60, and 9 Idle Air $5.90, $5.90. Quinella $2.90, $2.90. Trifecta $45.20, $45.20. First four $433.50, $433.50. The double, a pair of sevens at $5.40, $5.40, 7 and 8. The concession $5.80, $5.80.
In terms of tonight's Streamline Freight Drivers' Challenge, it's been a good battle. Sam Otley with a couple of wins, and Stephen McNally on 6 points apiece. Of course, Sam with Clarendon's last here. Blair Orange on 5, along with Colin DeFilippi. Colin drives Change the Nation. I'd be surprised if he won, but he has a mathematical chance. And of course, Blair no drive as a result of Franco Texas being a late scratching. So Samantha Otley with an opportunity here to secure the title. If she doesn't get any points, it'll be a tie. Of course, Dexter Dunn, he's on 3 points, and he's the only other mathematical chance. He has Highview Sadler in this. Mark Mack, as we come to you for the final time. Busy day, as it has been for you a few times now with the Ashburton thoroughbred action on a Friday afternoon from time to time. And of course, Rangiora will do it all again for the 8-race card on Sunday.
Oh, we will indeed. Been an enjoyable day both here and down south, and plenty of exciting racing, some competitive racing. Matty getting his 500 here, and we're about to wrap it up with Delightful Jack continuing to firm 220 on the option. Clarendon's last 360. Whistle's gone, about to come in. Final race. Avon City Ford pace, late scratching is Franco, Texas. And they'll be lining up shortly. Magical Murph, Clarendon's last, the Cat's Pyjamas, Shadow Man, Lindley Morris, Hangover, Highview Sadler and Miss Judgeford, Change the Nation, Delightful Jack. One line all off the front. Recapping, Protest into fourth on the previous. The inquiry was dismissed and placing stood with Lucky 3, the confirmed fourth placing. So Magical Murph ready, Shadow Man comes up. And they're getting close. Oh, hang on call. A couple of attendants down with Magical Murph. And also Clarendon's last, the Cat's Pyjamas having a rare. They're going to turn them away at the first attempt. Just a few down near the inside. Getting a little bit fired up. So easy just to turn them out rather than try and sort that out and whip them up again. The final race, Franco, Texas, late scratched earlier in the night. And Sam Motley looking for the treble with Franco Cristiano and Wick winning. And spun a horse he part owns, trained by Mum Denise. Rangiora Sunday, 8 races, first at 12:45, the last at 4:45, so it's a quick fire 4 hours for the 8 races to wrap up the season at Rangiora. Right, now we'll try again. Magical Murph in third 3 starts ago, been to the trials in recent times too. It had 1 start after the trial, ran 6th behind Elsa Luster, and ran 6th behind Motu Lightning Lass at the race day appearance. Clarendon's last, the Cat's Pyjamas. Shadow Man down from Blenheim. Lindley Morris, Hangover in good form for Peter Robertson. Highview Sadler and Miss Judgeford getting close again. Delightful Jack and Change the Rules make up the field. Here we go. This time they're racing, and when the tapes went back, everybody went away cleanly until Magical Murph rolled into a gallop down on the inside, and Clarendon's last is going to be left in the lead. Shadow Man follows it into second, and Delightful Jack's roaring across to go up and join the leader. Change the Nation, half pie worked across with the favourite, but Delightful Jack finds the top now. Then Hangover, and a length away, Highview Sadler from the Cat's Pyjamas, Miss Judgeford. Next, Lindley Morrison, after bobbling after the start, Magical Murph is now 10 lengths away last. Delightful Jack and Ricky May leads by 2. In second spot, trailing the speed, is Clarendon's last, and a length and a half, Shadow Man third. 2 to Change the Nation, parked up fourth. Next is Hangover, around the Cat's Pyjamas from Highview Sadler. Lindley Morris is on the inside from Miss Judgeford, only 3 lengths to Magical Murph, who's last. Heading down the back, 1950 metres to go. And it's Delightful Jack. First favourite leads the way over second, pick on the tote. And that's Clarendon's last trailing. Shadow Man third, Change the Nation, parked up fourth. 4 back the inside, the Cat's Pyjamas, 1 to Hangover. 5 back on the pegs, Lindley Morris from Highview Sadler. And 2 lengths to Miss Judgeford, a length and a half away last of all is Magical Murph. 16.50 to go. In Delightful Jack, left alone in the van. Leads a length and a half on Clarendon's last, who trails, and third Shadow Man, 1, 2, 3, all next to the pegs. Change the Nations, ahead away fourth, and the Cat's Pyjamas, all snuggled away down on the inside. Ahead away is Hangover from Lindley Morris. They were followed by Highview Sadler from Miss Judgeford with the Cheekers on taking off. And last is Magical Murph. Lead time 1:21.4, and that's really good going for Delightful Jack, who leads a length and a half, Clarendon's last. Shadow Man back to fourth now as Miss Judgeford worked up 3 wide, and Highview Sadler followed it forward. Change the Nation with some running line cover now from Hangover. It's on the outside of the Cat's Pyjamas. Magical Murph second last, and Lindley Morris spots them all. The first quarter, 34 seconds. Well named Delightful Jack, because his run is absolutely delightful and he's got no excuses. He leads a length, 1,000 to go. Highview Sadler breezing second, and third Clarendon's last, having the second best run in the race. That's behind the leader, who's just had it great. Miss Judgeford fourth on the outer 1 by 1. Shadowman 3 back the pegs from Change the Nation. The Cat's Pyjamas, Hangover, Lindley Morris, and Magical Murph is last. Heading down the back and Delightful Jack leads the way. Margins are half length over the parked up Highview Saddler. Clarendon's last, the trail, second quarter 32.6. Oh, devilish, 66.6 for the half. Racing one out and one back is Miss Judgeford. 3 back the inside Shadowman, followed by Change the Nation, the Cat's Pyjamas, Hangover, Lindley Morris, and Magical Murph. Delightful Jack leads, 4.50 to go. Highview Saddler works him now. Ricky just asked the leader to quicken a bit more, and Highview Saddler sticks right on from Miss Judgeford. Clarendon's last waits on the Terror to Love at Pineleaf Farm passing lane from Shadowman and Change the Nation. Third quarter 31.5. Delightful Jack needs to be woken up. Highview Saddler's a danger. Clarendon's last the inside. Change the Nation, Miss Judgeford. Another big finish. Highview Saddler leads. Change the Nation out after it. Highview Saddler's in front. Change the Nation drives. It won it. Change the Nation half ahead over Highview Saddler and Delightful Jack. Every conceivable opportunity. Then came Clarendon's last from Shadowman and Hangover and the Cat's Pyjamas, Miss Judgeford all close up from Magical Murph and Lindley Morris. Double to Colin De Philippi. 9 Change the Nation for Bruce Hudson in a procession. Last quarter's 28.6 thanks to Al for the times, 2.6.1 the last mile. Bruce's team racing well at the moment. Gunpowder's going good races. This one has bombed Highview Saddler to win the last. Delightful Jack, well, was given a beautiful run in front. Clarendon's last is going to run fourth. And nothing more than a dash from the 400 metre mark, as simple as that. And Change the Nation at start number 3. Gregory is a winner of the last here at Addington.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Good day's work from you once again, and I'll just take my foot out of my mouth here. I didn't think it could win the last, and there you go. Good on you, Bruce Hutton. His team is certainly racing very well, and Change the Nation. Another winner for Changeover. He's getting them at regular intervals these days, and gets up in the last stride to beat Highview Sattler. That's the second placing for the Andrew Stewart team from 2 tonight. Delightful Jack, well, it was a hard drive for Ricky May. He was chasing him virtually from the barrier tape rise, and he just battled on really into third. As we get the judges' call to wrap things up here from Addington Raceway, good night to you all.
Highview Saddler, and third 10 Delightful Jack. Fourth has gone to 2 Clarendon's last, from 8 Miss Judgeford and 6 Hangover. 9, 7, 10, 2, 8, 6. The margins are short head, 1 1/4 lengths, a short neck, a neck. Winner's time was 3:28, a mile rate of 2:08.7. The last 859.7, last 428.4, and good night from the judges' box.
Thanks to the boys and girls on track at Addington tonight. Mark Max had a huge old day at the office, and Gregor will hear from both of them on Sunday from Rangiora as we get the result for the last, race 9. Number 9, Change the Nation, 27.40 and 4.40. Beats 7, Highview Saddler, $1.80. Number 10, Delightful Jack, Never Again for Me. Not on the win tote. It's paid $1.10 a place, but had every chance. Cornella 7 into 9, $90.20. Trifecta 9, 7, 10, $369.50. And the first 4, 9, 7, 10, 2, $889.40. Double 1 into 9. How was this for a double? $644.10 at the trots. Whew. Don't see those every day. The concessions paid $78.80, and the treble 13, 1 and 9, $3,285.90. Second quaddie for the night, 11, 13, 1, 9. If you got this, go to Fiji, go to Bali, go somewhere. $14,383.50. Jackpot of $8,900 goes forward, but you don't really need to know about that. If you got the place 6, go to McDonald's, $16.30. Well done to you boys and girls at Addington. We're off to hat-trick for the last on the card. And Daryl, I thought that Sweet As Bro had no luck last week. If she can get slightly more room at the start here, that could be crucial and she'll be the one to beat.
Yeah, she took the words out of my mouth there, Michael, for sure. Yes, Sweet As Bro. And back to a box 2, of course, boxes 6, 8 and 5. One well from box 8 to qualify for the New Zealand Racing Series, but obviously a lot better closer to the rail, and she's a big chance here getting into box 2. And no surprises to see her favourite, $3.20 with the book and $3.50 there with the tote. I do like the one Big Boy Dino as well, though. Why? Because of that box 1 record outstanding. 6 starts from box 1, 3 wins and 3 placings. Just a different dog, close to the rail. Big Boy Dino, he's had box 5, 7, box 2 last time out here last week. He just didn't get the jump for some reason, but gets a second chance here from box 1, Big Boy Dino. And if you are prepared to forget that run here last week, he's a big chance off the inside for Matt Roberts. Lisa Rahoon's got a strong hold though in the race. Also Allegro Chaser out wide there in box 8. And no luck here last week, ran 3rd. And behind Sweeters Bro in that qualifier for the racing series. Box 8 form very good. 9 starts out there for 4 wins and 3 placings. And Corborn Midget also with a bit of speed. If she can get her own way out there from box 7, she's also run a bit of time on the track. Boston Blaze, good run, 3 starts back. Stevie's Magic, nice second for Wendy Kite last time. Blue and Curly also contested the series, and Klimt, but disappointing from box 1, but has the speed out there in box 6. All locked away, Pala Mountain Scientific Nutrition to wrap up a good night's racing here tonight for the Wanganui Greyhound Racing Club. Sweet as Bro favourite for the last. Ready. And racing into centre track here. Blue and Curly jump well, but there goes Big Boy Dino showing speed, trying to track through as Sweet as Bro and trying to get around the outside as Allegro Chaser found trouble getting ahead of it. Boston Blaze. Back here we go to Clem Scott back in the field with Stevie's Magic. Also back there is Allegro Chaser. They go for home. Big Boy Dino. Big Boy Dino will get it okay from Sweet as Bro. Then we go here to Blue and Curly. Then on crossing to Boston Blaze. They got right away on the rest of the field. Headed up here by Allegro Chaser. Made up a bit of ground. And also back towards the tail, Stevie's Magic and Klimt will also be back there in the last 2 or 3. Big Boy Dino keeps up his good box 1 record. Has knocked over the favourite. Sweet as Bro got that run through in the inside. May have lost a dog here. Just having a look at that replay. Yep, one went down there, and it was the black rug there, Corborn Midget. And she's okay, she's around to the lure. But number 1, Big Boy Dino, that will be a 1-2-5 finish in the last 17.69, keeping up his very good box 1 record. Run home of 10.70 and 1 length by 3/4 by 1. Big Boy Dino for Matt Roberts. And Jay Urgaha also 12 wins today now of 52, and that's win number 4 from box 1. Wasn't the fastest out, but really drove through hard, and will carry the night here. Big Boy Dino over the favourite Sweet as Bro, and Blue and Curly's gone a good race into 3rd ahead of Boston Blaze. So wraps up the night here for the Wanganui Greyhound Racing Club. Michael, hope your weekend goes well. Everyone out there, good luck with the weekend. Good luck to the All Blacks as well. And I'll catch you on Monday at Palmerston North at the Manawatu Raceway just after 1 o'clock. On behalf of the team, a very good evening to you all.
Yeah, thank you, Darryl. Nice tipping in the last on the card too, giving a $5.20 chance, a big old hope, and he did the job too. Big Boy Dino, $5.20 and $1.60. Beats out 2, Sweet as Bro, every conceivable, $1.60. And 5 Blue and Curly, $2.60. Cornella's paid $2.70. Trifecta, $73.10. And the first 4, 1, 2, 5 and 3, $212.10. Double, 5 and 1, $51.70. Concession, 5 and 2, $4.60. And the treble, 6 minus 5 equals 1. Pretty easy that way, wasn't it? $256. Quaddy, 5, 6, 5, 1, $2,451.30. The place 6, a very healthy $89.50. There's the scene at Alexandra Park for the penultimate this evening, race 9. See John Dickey doing a bit of housework there. John, of course, trained the winner of the last. Here's the market and a very interesting field as we head back to Craig the Whale Thompson. Craig, one of those fields when you look at it on form initially, you could easily go, okay, nothing special about this. But I think this is a field where virtually every horse here could win a maiden race in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I think that El Jacko has shown enough as a 2-year-old to be a huge chance. You're big on Bite the Bullet. El Jacko's got talent, so's Jabari, so's Sky Art, so's the Phantom Tollbooth, even Eyebrow. A sneaky little field, Craig, and your $2 chance has been heavily hit on the book.
This is a good field. I agree with you. The horse on screen at the moment is the one that the bookmakers have said, listen, we've had enough. We're not taking any more money on it. He's into $2 now from an opening quote of around about 3:30 this morning, Michael, when I looked at him, and hearing through from Sal at the racing desk, they basically said that's enough. 1,500 at 3:30, 1,000 at 3, 3,000 at 280, 2,000 at 220, 1,000 at $2. They're saying, listen, we don't want any more. If you want to back him, you're going to take a little bit of unders at $2 at the moment. I thought his trial performance coming north, when I saw him, was good enough to suggest that he'd win on debut. John had an awful time steering him. They made a gear change on him. We'll hear from Robert Dunn very shortly. He's a smart 2-year-old. It's a good field, though. I totally agree with you. El Jacko was great at the workouts, Michael, last weekend, and he showed ability in those young guns heats behind Chase the Dream to suggest that he'll win a maiden at short notice. Hope to get Logan Hollis to talk about El Jacko. Unfortunately, Logan's got the flu and he's pretty crook tonight, so we'll give him the night off. And I know he likes this 2-year-old. He's always liked him from day one. He's got the inside draw here, many positive. He's at $4. If you want to back him, El Jacko, he's a nice type. Gate speed in the race, Jabari's got plenty of it. Look for it to go forward from barrier number 4. It can leave the gate. El Jacko can leave the gate. I'm expecting them to do a bit here. The horse right down the bottom, the Phantom Tollbooth. This bloke, by Real Desire, of course, a half to Tintin in America. Got plenty of pedigree, owned by Lincoln Farms. I thought he's a horse that's needed a bit of time. I've watched him the last 3 or 4 months at the trials, in particular the last month. I thought he's getting better and better. Horror Draw barrier 8 in a pretty good field is the reason you're getting around about $17. In a normal maiden field at Cambridge on a Thursday night, he would be around about $4 because he's a pretty nice maiden, the Phantom Tollbooth. Let's catch up with Robert Dunn. This is what he had to say about Bite the Bullet. Robert, Bite the Bullet, I thought he was just about a good thing last week. Didn't steer that well. Drawn out a little bit tonight, but can we follow him with a little bit of confidence tonight?
Yeah, you can really, Craig. The punters can. He steered terrible, shocking. He just, hung all the way and got on the pole and didn't have a pole on, sorry, but just hung all the way. Should have probably had a pole, we thought. We tried him with a pole, we took it off, put a Murphy blind on him, and he's steering terrific now. He's actually running out a little bit. I'm going to ask Johnny to go back tonight because he had 3 starts at the races and 3 times he's engaged, and not through his own fault really, but he's just the way it's worked out. I think this horse can get over top of them in the race. He's my bet of the night.
There you go. Bit of the night for Robert Dunn tonight. Bite the Bullet, race 9, horse number 7. Sky Art. Well, he's a maiden. Barry Purdon really has a maiden that has 17 starts in his stable and is still there. But he does enough every week for you to go again. And he did that last start behind Majestic John. He was a mile back at the quarter and he unleashed a big run out wide for second in about 2:44. His form line is pretty good when you look through it. He's been beaten by some really nice maidens in these competitive $12,000 races. He's been 3rd, 4th, 5th, just consistently running on in every start, talking to Zach Butcher on numerous occasions. You've got to drive him one way, and that's cold. He seems to go best when you don't do anything with him. Let him find his feet, and he'll run home strongly. And that's how he's been driven the last couple of starts, and he's gone well. 520, 280. He's a chance of knocking off the couple of favourites in this race if things don't work out for them. So Sky Art in the top 3 and Jabari, for the reasons I've mentioned, gate speed will go forward. Got to have him in for Josh Dickey. For me, it's 7, 1, 6 and 5. 7, 1, 6 and 5. Get upstairs to Aaron for the Gribble Churton Taylor Mobile Pace. Aaron, we say every week these $12,000 maiden races are really competitive, and I think the last 3 or 4 weeks they average around about 243 for 2,200.
Yeah, you did right there, and they're always good form races, aren't they? I'm going to stick with El Jacko here, fresh up the El Sue Gelding. Performed well through the Young Guns series, comes up with a nice draw. He's been performing strongly at recent workouts. He's $4.10 over Bite the Bullet, who was a wee bit green, fresh up. He would have taken a bit of benefit out of that. To John Dunn, the 6 Sky Art, he deserves a maiden victory. And 5 Jabari, plenty to like about what he's done in 2 runs thus far now with the John and Joshua Dickey team. Runners in behind the yellow bar arm for race 9. Gribble, Churton, Taylor, Mobile Pace, first leg of the final double. A good maiden field here. Favourites drawn, 2 from the outside. Bite the Bullet, his name. El Jacko, the second favourite from Barrier 1. Green light up, starter Frank Phelan. Races the Mobile away from the front of the field. Jabari's out the best to be the early leader over El Jacko. Coming forward, Bite the Bullet. So work to the judge. Bite the Bullet will go and take the lead here for John Dunn. So easing to take the trail is Jabari. 3 back the inside, El Jacko. Lockyer, one of 2 debutants in the race, the son of Shadow Play. He'll settle down the next, a length and a half away in the field to Eyebrow. Then Sky Art and the other debutant, the Phantom Tollbooth, the son of Real Desire, back last, the half-brother to Tintin in America. Into the back they go. And Bite the Bullet, the son of Mark III. A length and a half over Jabari. He's got the nice drag along in the trail. El Jacko and Fergie third. Now, Fergie wants to come forward. He'll see if the lead's here with El Jacko, the second favourite. John Dunn's going to stoke up the favourite. Lead time in 45.8. There's 3 lengths away in the field then to Lockyer, followed Eyebrow, Sky Beauty, Sky Art, I should say, back second last, and last the Phantom Tollbooth. Good speed on as the 2 favourites lock horns. Here El Jacko the outside, and Bite the Bullet the inside. The war continues, a length and a half Jabari, 4 lengths away in the field to Lockyer. There followed Eyebrow, Sky Art and the Phantom Tollbooth. 28-7 was the opening quarter. Fergie tried to ease to get in. He's been left parked here as Bite the Bullet and John Dunn hold up the lead over Jabari. El Jacko left parked around Lockyer. 1-1 to Eyebrow and the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Then Sky Art and Zach Butcher onto the stables corner, their final time. And the Phantom Tollbooth and Phil Butcher back last. 900 metres left to go in the Gribble, Churton, Taylor, Mobile Pace. And the race favourite, Bite the Bullet. He was worked over from the 1600 to the 12 second quarter. Got a cheaper one, 33 and a half. A length and a half. Jabari has had that perfect run in the trail for Josh Dickey. El Jacko moves up again, out park for Fergie, back on the inside, then to Lockyer. Over racing in the 1-1 is Eyebrow. There followed Sky Art and the Phantom Tollbooth, biding his time back at the tail. 5:50 to go. They turn off the back. Bite the Bullet leads 3/4 El Jacko. Jabari, he's pacing along beautifully in the trail. Will wait the passing lane. Then Eyebrow, 30 and 8 the third quarter. Further back in the field, Sky Art takes off around Lockyer and the Phantom Tollbooth homeward bound. Bite the Bullet, El Jacko, Jabari for the passing lane. Eyebrow, Sky Art to the outside. Bite the Bullet. El Jacko's right in the fight. Jabari the inside. Eyebrow, Sky Art starting to really lengthen hard down the outside. Bite the Bullet, Jabari, Sky Art. Can it be his night tonight? Big bound right on the line. Sky Art's a winner. Second over was Bite the Bullet, Jabari and El Jacko. A brave run in for fourth. I think it'll be his lot. El Jacko, he's in a photo for third. They were followed then by Eyebrow, the Phantom Tollbooth and Lockyer. And 246.8, 27-7 was the final quarter. He's done it. Sky Art gets his first photo on the wall. The half to Sky Major and rockets down the outside. Zach Butcher, Barry Purdon to get over the top of Bite the Bullet. No, El Jacko does hold on for third here in front of Jabari, the inside, and the Gribble, Churton, Taylor, Mobile Pace. But Sky Art at start 18, he gets that elusive victory and a well-deserved victory too for a Sky Art here in race 9.
Official placings, race 9, the Gribble Churton Taylor Mobile Pace. 671-548. 671-548. Horse 6, Sky Art, paced the 2200 metres in 246.80. Mile rate of 2.2. Last 858.6. The 427.7. The margins are neck, ahead. 671-548. Race 9, Gribble Churton Taylor Mobile Pace.
Sky Art comes back at the head of the field. The Art Major 3-year-old bay gelding out of Sky Beauty. In fact, he's the full brother to the 3 times Jules winner, Sky Major. B.A. Hedger, Mrs. H.A. Hedger and G. Sweeney, the owners and breeders of Sky Art. Congratulations to you. Barry Purden, the trainer at Clevedon, and Zach Butcher back into the victory circle. Richard Lawson and the team from Gribble, Churton and Taylor. Down there, part of the victory celebrations. Paul Barry, Auckland Trotting Club steward, in attendance. 7, Bite the Bullet second, Mark 3, 2-year-old Brown Gelding out of Pistol Packing Mama, raced by AD and I.M. Newman and B.W. Clark. Robert Dunn trained at Woody and Beach and John Dunn, and 1 El Jacko for third. El Sue Expose, Brown 2-year-old Gelding for Kahukuri Bloodstock Limited, and Mrs. R.A. Ritchie. Logan Hollis and Shane Robertson trained at Pukekohe and Peter Ferguson. 6, Sky Art, $5.82.60, $5.82.60. 7, Bite the Bullet, $1.50, $1.50. No third for 1, El Jacko. Quinella, $6, $6. Trifecta, $38.70, $38.70. The first 4, $162.80, $162.80.
And Willie Cazales, and Flintshire takes out the bars.
Dylan Mount is a real Group 1 horse, and Dylan Mount wins again.
took on the young guns and he was too good. Step it up with a 59, fantastic. He's a very, very smart and very fast horse, and My Lucky Strike's going to bolt in.
Super weekend of international racing on the galloping front starts very shortly on trackside 1. Of course, we have the Singapore race is not too far away. A massive race on Sunday morning, as you saw there. Now, the Derby winner, Golden Horn, has already been rated, unbelievably, at least the equal on the ratings of Frankel as a 3-year-old. Almost sounds like sacrilege, but of course they race over different distances. Now, he can test a race at 2:50 on Sunday morning. Now, you're probably looking at me thinking, look, Big Nose, I'm not going to be up at 2:50 on Sunday morning, but you might be, because the rugby starts at 3:05. So, what you can do, rather than listening to all the burbling going on in Africa, you can tune in at 2:50 and see a genuinely good horse, a great horse in Golden Horn, and then flick over to the rugby. See? Not as stupid as I look. Now, apart from that, we have the Singapore races on Sunday night, and of course the Friday night specials. They start very shortly. We have huge coverage of that after the last at Alexandra Park. So Singapore, now the first on the card there, on the Polyjack, of course, meeting code 18 race 1, is 14 minutes away. Now, we're going to try and get this in pretty much after Alexandra Park, but you're not going to get a lot of lead-in time. So it's going to be Alex Park and then Singapore. So if you want to play, start looking at the market now. Dr. Octopus is the favourite, but the market, of course, has a lot of maturing to do. So Dr. Octopus, the favourite for Manuel Nunez, and we'll get back to that market. Meeting code 18 race 1 after the last from Alexandra Park, where we head now, where Craig Thompson is standing by. And Craig, these midwinter races at Alexandra Park, well, I'll be honest, they used to be garbage back in the day, 15, 20 years ago. Now we're getting $20,000 good races every week almost. A horse like One Over the Moon beating Vulcan, who's a millionaire, and Speeding Spur. Like, that's the quality of racing I want to see in winter racing, and I'm so glad we're getting it now.
Hasn't things changed, Michael, in the last 10 years? I totally agree with you. Midwinter racing through June, July, August was of a poor standard. It's been great now. A lot of these horses, though, obviously heading towards Breeders' Crown, the likes of Speeding Spur, but we've got Southern interest, which is certainly adding to our racing in the north. I mean, Robert Dunn had, 9 in here tonight. We've had Ken Barron in the past. Mark Jones has had a big team in. Been really competitive races. We've seen these races tonight, 7, 8 horse fields, but man, they've run time. 2:40 earlier in the night, a couple of races of 2:41. And our feature trot tonight was a super race. Go back and have a look at the last 600 metres, where the favourite, One Over the Moon, sat parked out for the last 800 metres. Speeding Spur was taken back off the gate. He was 3 wide from the 600 metres. They ran home in 57.9, the quarter in 27.6. The horse parked. One Over the Moon was too good for them.
One Over the Moon, Speeding Spur down the outside. Vulcan, One Over the Moon stretches strongly, and Speeding Spur 100 to go. Vulcan, One Over the Moon, and Speeding Spur. One Over the Moon launches now after Vulcan and One Over the Moon. 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in a row. Nice win. Second Vulcan. Speeding Spur, great run from his draw.
Really good race, wasn't it? Competitive over the 1700 metre mark. The old boy Vulcan grabbed the front. He didn't relinquish that lead until late in the piece, and win 14 tonight for One Over the Moon. Speeding Spur lost nothing out of that race heading towards the Breeders' Crown. And as Michael alluded to, he should be winning over there. Our feature pace over the same distance, 1700 metres, was taken out again by the Tony Hurley barn. This one, the Fascinator. The stablemate Johnny Fox is in front as we picked him up at the 400. Geisha Girls on the trail. The Fascinator, great in the Thames Cup, running second, goes one better here in a very quick last half, 55.8. The mare by Better's Delight.
Johnny Fox, the Fascinator's right there, first home down on the passing lane. Then Geisha Girl, and down the outside, Cyclone Kiwi, 100 to go. The Fascinator gets to Johnny Fox, first home. Cyclone Kiwi rushing home down the outside. The Fascinator too good though. The Fascinator, the Iceman, gets a double. Big run, Cyclone Kiwi second. They were followed first.
Nice runs in behind there. Cyclone Prince out wide. Just caught up with Robbie Holmes about 5 minutes ago just to see where they're going with him, and he'll be back here next Friday night. I think there's a $20,000 race for him, Michael. He came from a mile back in the field. He's one to watch for next week. I think he's a natural improver. It's never easy to win first up right-handed at Alexandra Park, and when you run home in 55 and you're 4 wide coming into that last bend, he's one to mark out of that race. Cyclone Prince for Robbie Holmes. In the last tonight, 200 metre mobile over for the Class 1 and Class 2 paces, and the favourite here is Zax Patrol, 240, 135 the book, 270 the tote. I like one in here, Ares. This one trained by the Cunninghams. John Dunn takes the driver. Think he's a horse that can go forward from the draw, and I think he will go to the front. He'll be very hard to beat in the last. So for me, Ares, Zax Patrol, better be perfect. Tony Hurley's had a very good night at the office and should continue in the last with runner number 7. For me, it's 3, 2 and 7, Michael. Looking forward to the last in around about 8 minutes' time.
I agree with you, Craig. It's a very weak field, and Ares gets his chance. I saw him win on debut way back at, 2 years ago now, at Invercargill, actually, when I was down there for Northern Southland Cup Day. Let's talk about Singapore coming up shortly. By the way, Tony Hurley, 2 wins tonight. That's 65 training successes for the season. So 65 training successes. That's his PB. And he's now nearing $10 million in domestic stakes. Of course, he's over $35 million in winning driving stakes. Okay, Mark Walker, we saw just there talking to his jockey. They've got the favourite in the next on the card here. Let's join our friends at Singapore. Get 2 or 3 minutes of build-up, give you an idea of where to punt before we go back to Alexandra Park. Then we'll come back for this race. So here's a little snapshot of what's coming up at Singapore.
Always a winner. Number 3, Good Looking, and number 1, Dr. Octopus. 8, 7, 3 and 1 for me.
I've gone 3, Good Looking, 7, Always a Winner, 8, Infermo, and number 1, Dr. Octopus. So 3, 7, 8 and 1 as we are about to head out for the first of 9. And tonight, Craig, we've got 7 on the poly, 2 on the turf, and importantly, we must mention this again, I think, it's the Australian night at the races. So yeah, you guys must be really excited, you and Matt.
Beyond excited, I think, is the term to use, Gareth. We're bubbling away. We're 10 minutes away from race number 1. I'm sure the racing's going to get Matt excited tonight, but there's another sporting event down in Melbourne that's probably got your attention as well, Matt, with the mighty Fighting Hawks playing this evening, but that won't distract you from the job at hand, and that is trying to find a winner in this fairly difficult opening race here this evening. Good evening to you.
Yes, good evening to you, Craig. Big night it is, of course, and some good racing coming up with later in the night. Looking forward to seeing, particularly the second race is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, with quite a few newcomers. Good race 7's a good one, and we've got plenty of trophy races through the course of the day. The Faithful and Gould Cup for the Division 2 Class 5s coming up as race number 6. That should be an interesting one. But we're going to start big, the Australia Stakes. And if you're tuning in Australia, this is not the race run at Moonee Valley, of course, that Black Caviar won twice. It's Singapore's version of the Australia Stakes, and I can assure you that there are no Black Caviars here. Now, selections. I'm going to go with Infermo to win. It's got the blinkers on, 59 and 15. I think if it goes off at $59, it probably won't win. I think there needs to be some market support. Hard to imagine that they've waited so long for the blinkers and then they're going to let it go around at 10 to 1. So I think I'm going to wait and see what happens with the market. If it stays at 59, as I said, I might be a little bit concerned, but the blinkers going on, I think, is a big change. Look for it to roll forward. I think it's got a genuine hope. It's good enough to win with the shades on, and I would expect a big performance from it here tonight. But
Okay, fixed odds available. Option 181 on the first at Crungy, but you're not going to get much betting time if you muck around waiting for Alexandra Park. So get on the gallops now, then come back and back number 3 at Alexandra Park, because that's Craig's top tip. I'm following him in, and it's $2.80 on the fixed for the horse on screen. A newcomer to Alexandra Park, but he's got an awfully big motor, and plenty of these have, how would you say, smaller motors. Okay, he's $2.80 on the fixed, he's $2.60 on the tote. In saying that, it is hard to come to Alexandra Park and win fresh up. Zax Patrol raced in the stronger field last week. He's just a very tricky horse to follow. Head to head, if Craig's right and I'm right, the number 2, option 540, is good money. It's $2.10 to beat one horse home. It's $2.60 on the tote to beat them all home. That makes sense. Option 540, $2.10 for number 2, Aries. Heading back to Craig for the final time this evening. And well, Craig, we're counting down to the last meeting of the year next week, but there's actually a real one, a Thursday, Friday night double at Alexandra Park. Now that is something I can only remember 3 or 4 times in the 20 years I've been going there.
Absolutely, Michael. Quite often we'll see a Friday night meeting and the odd Sunday meeting, but very rarely you see back-to-back Alexandra Park meetings. Thursday will be for the lower graded horses, Friday night for the more tightly assessed horses. Lower stakes on the Thursday gives the horses that would normally go to Cambridge a chance to come to Alexandra Park. And of course with this new accumulator incentive now, Michael, I think it's a good time for horses to get back to Alexandra Park on a Thursday night, and I think they're racing for about $6,000-7,000. Gives them a chance to get a win and then get involved in that, obviously that bonus if you line up 12 times for a pacer during the next year and 15 times for a trotter. So looking forward to the 2 nights here at the park next Thursday and Friday night. The last tonight, we've got 7 runners. Tricky race to analyse. I settle on Aries for a couple of reasons. I thought he's got natural gate speed. He's always had it. He draws barrier 3 tonight and John Dunn takes the drive. So I think they'll be going forward. If he finds the front and he settles, that's the key to him, because he can over-race a little bit, this bloke, by Pay Me Christian. He's won 3 from 24. If he grabs the front, I think it's his race to win. Zax Patrol's been good since coming north. I agree with Michael. He's a hard horse to follow because the odd time he can put in a shocker, and he did that 2 starts ago. Since then, he ran 3rd behind first home last week, much better in 3:22. Michael Blakemore takes the drive. Of course, Michael had a win on the stablemate Pomeroy at Alexandra Park last Friday night. So Michael driving a couple for Mark Jones lately as we look at Aries. Typical Pay Me Christian, hold his head very high and athletic looking type. John Dunn takes the drive. So 3 to beat 2. Outside them, I give Better Be Perfect a chance of upsetting them. To be fair, he was ordinary last start, but I don't believe he's a 2,700 metre horse. I believe he's better suited over the shorter drip of 2,200. This one now with a Butterworth Racing Syndicate, formerly trained in the Deep South. I think he's a chance tonight, runner number 7. And James Stormont's had a pretty good night tonight. He's had 2 winners, trained one of them, drove Mobstar for Steve Cornwall to win. He drives stable runner Noah Apache Me in the last, and just talking to James off camera, he said, yeah, I'll give him a chance in the last. He's working well. He's got a nice draw. His first up run behind Pomeroy had merit, and he shouldn't have to go around too many runners from that inside draw. So runner number 1, certainly a top 4 chance for me. I marked him 3, 2, 7 and 1, 3, 2, 7 and 1. Aaron's 2, 3, 1 and 5. Found a spot for Soulman, who was placed last start for Graham Rogerson. Brett Mangos retains the drive tonight. We'll give you wall pays for the last quaddie tonight at Alexandra Park. The Fascinator took the first leg. Scary McCleary, Sky Art the third leg. Recording Cranji too. So we are recording Cranji. We'll play that on the back of Alexandra Park. Make sure you get your bets on now. You've got around 2.5 minutes to get involved there, with the favourite being number 1, Dr. Octopus. So get involved. Cranji will be played on the back of Alexandra Park, race number 10. Fascinator, Scary McCleary, Sky Art with No Apache Me, $389. $78.70 with Zax Patrol, $142 with Aries, $5,235 with Speak Up, Soulman, $733, Atomic Falcon, $1,229, and Better Be Perfect, $189. Though are your will pays for the last quaddie here at the park tonight. Aaron, what does I say? A very good evening to you. The last time at the park tonight. We do it all again next Thursday night and Friday for the 2 nights here at Alexandra Park. It's been a good night. Not big fields, but gee, it's been competitive racing.
Yeah, you're dead right there, and looking forward to the double header next week, Thursday and Friday night, to bring the curtain down on what's been another great season, 2014-15. The Alex Barr and D3 2, Zax Patrol for me, running for a Harness Plus bonus tonight. Michael Blakemore for Mark Jones. The 7, Better Be Perfect's been doing a good job since coming north. 1, No Apache Me, that was a good run and a strong field last time. Gets a nice draw. James Stormont gunning for 3 victories on the program tonight, as too is the Iceman Tony Hurley and Soul Man Brent Mangos. 2-7 or 1 and 5 for me to wrap up the night. Runners in behind the yellow bar arm for the Alex Bar and Eatery mobile pace. Try our new menus, breakfast, lunch and dinner. The Alex Bar and Eatery open 7 days, 7 a.m. till late. 096309714 for bookings. Follow us on Facebook, the Alex Bar and Eatery. Starter Frank Phelan brings the field round into the lane to wrap up the action tonight. The Alex Bar and Eatery mobile, green light racing. RS comes out strongly to be one of the early leaders with No Apache Me. Coming forward, better be perfect. Back on the inside, Zach's Patrol, then Soul Man. Back in the field, Speak Up, and to be the last, Atomic Falcon as they work the stables corner. Rees takes over for John Dunn. The Pay Me Christian Gelding leads away by 2.5 over No Apache Me and James Stormont in the trail. And 3 back on the inside, Zach's Patrol, as they pace up into the back straight. There followed Speak Up, Soul Man. Better Be Perfect's been taken back into the field. And back last is Atomic Falcon. The Alex Bar and Eatery pace through the back they go, and REs will go through the lead time in an even 45. Leads away by 2.5. No Apache Me, Zach's Patrol and Michael Blakemore third. They're followed then by Speak Up as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn. Speak Up in the hands of Craig Sharp. Now Better Be Perfect again to come forward for the Iceman Tony Hilley. Tony gunning for 3 victories on the program tonight. Mango will take the back of him with Soul Man and Atomic Falcon the last here for Jabanathi as they swing into the lane. 1,200 metres left to go. Opening quarter in 32.7 and Ari's having his first look around Alexandra Park and leads along a length and a half. No Apache Me, the Tomahawk Gelding getting that nice run in the trail. Up on the outside, parked is Better Be Perfect, the son of Better's Delight around Zach's Patrol, the Art Major Gelding. Then Soul Man the outside, a son of Real Desire. Back in the field is Speak Up, the son of the Big Dog, and back last Atomic Falcon, a son of Falcon Sealster. 800 left to go. Second quarter, 31.3. This leader's had all favours his own way. Ari's his name a length and a half over No Apache Me, Better Be Perfect. Inching closer up on the outside, third and Park. Zach's Patrol all dressed up, nowhere to go. 3 back the inside of Soul Man. Atomic Falcon on the outside of Speak Up, the last pair. 500 to go off the back they come. The speed is right in the race now. Ari's Better Be Perfect. No Apache Me will wait the passing lane. Soul Man 28 and 4 the back straight quarter. Back in the field, Zach's Patrol, Atomic Falcon, Speak Up, homeward bound. Ari's Better Be Perfect. A length and a half. No Apache Me, Zach's Patrol. He's about to get out of a pocket now. Ari's leads Better Be Perfect. No Apache Me the inside. Zach's Patrol about to get to the outside. Ari's. No Apache Me, Better Be Perfect. Zach's Patrol late. No Apache Me getting to Ari's, who's brave. Ari's is a winner. Ari's first look at the park. He'll just scrape in over No Apache Me and the late finishing Zach's Patrol for third. Then Better Be Perfect, Speak Up. Atomic Falcon, Soul Man 245.4. Home in 27.8, 56.2 was the last 800 metres. Inch Perfect, John Dunn drive on the Michael Cunningham train. Pay Me Christian Gelding. REs will just get in over No Apache Me and Zach's Patrol. Rockets home down the outside. About a half ahead, and there'll be a nose second and third, I'd say. It's very tight with the angle. And Better Be Perfect will be the fourth across. And the
Official placings, race 10, the Alex Bar and Eatery Mobile Pace. 3-2-1-7-4-6. 3-2-1-7-4-6. Horse 3, Aries, paced the 2200 metres on debut at the park in 2:45.53, mile rate of 2-1. Last 856.2, the 427.8. The margins ahead, a nose, a half length. 3-2-1-7-4-6, race 10, the Alex Bar and Eatery Mobile Pace.
He's back at the head of the field, takes the last on the program tonight, a Pay Me Christian 4-year-old bay gelding at a fizz, raced by trainer Michael Cunningham. John Dunn with a beautiful drive gets Ari's home, bred by Neverly Stud Limited, and that is career win 4 at start 25 tonight. Paul Lowther down there, part of the victory celebration, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club. 2 Zax Patrol gets second. Art Major Shimmering Star, 4-year-old bay gelding for GN and Mrs. K.R. Hatton. Mark Jones trained at Woodend Beach. Michael Blakemore and 1 No Apache Me. Tomahawk Flirt with Me, 5-year-old bay gelding for J.P. Stormont. James Stormont, the trainer-driver out of Pukekohe. Totes in the last. Number 3, Aries returns $3.90 and $2.40. $3.90, $2.40. 2 Zax Patrol, $1.20. $1.20. And 1 No Apache Me, no third dividend. The Quinella returns $3.30, $3.30. Trifecta $17.20, $17.20. And the first 4, $47.80, $47.80. 6 and 3 in the double, $15.40, $15.40. 6 and 2 concession, $1.60. 160 final treble, 7, 6 and 3, 53.30. 53.30. The final quaddie 7, 7, 6 and 3, $142.60. 142.60. And place 6 tonight at $12.50. $12.50. Well, that wraps it up for the night's action tonight. We trust you've enjoyed your entertainment here at Alexandra Park. We look forward to hosting you again next week with our double header Thursday and Friday night. Kumeu District Trotting Club's meeting on Thursday night, the 30th of July. And then we bring the curtain down on harness racing for the season 2014-15 on Friday night with the Auckland Trotting Club. Follow us on Facebook, alexpark.co.nz for all details coming up with our double header next week. Until then, from the commentary box, Aaron White bidding you all a very good evening and a safe weekend.